Thank you very much for our friends that follow us during these really, it's a pathway, it's a sort of um, update and training webinars, uh, absolutely dedicated and focused on LifePharm product. But first of all, I want to give you in each of these webinars elements and take-home messages that you could take with you for your for the daily activity, daily life style, and obviously your well-being. And so it's important how LifePharm propose you and put in our training not only the presentation of the product, obviously, but also to suggest and really suggestion for your well-being and your well style. That's my profile. I don't want to deepen in this aspect, but only really few words. I'm a biologist and also nutritionist. Specialization in mitochondrial health, oxidative stress, epigenetic therapies. And first of all, I could underline how for me it's important today works in a strict connection with the LifePharm Advisory Board, specifically in longevity and in that case, well aging. I use these terms to identify how it's important. Surely, have in our life better and many years, but also they are really important maintain these years better in terms of quality. And so quality and quantity are the strategy of our well-aging approach. Okay, today we have the really for me, and it's an honor to start with the pillars of our LifePharm pipeline. I don't want to anticipate, but surely when I speak about pillars, when I speak about column, immediately your mind, my mind go through laminine. That's the topics that we deepening today. I only immediately identify some conditions, some situation that regularly, unfortunately, there are regularly happen in our life. And you have been struggling with some of these symptoms. First of all, stress. Not only oxidative stress that I told you some second before, one minute before, oxidative stress, that's a more a sort of balance between chemical agents like, for example, antioxidant and free radical. But now with these slides, I want to underline how today everyone has been struggling with stress, chronic stress, pain. That's a typical situation. The pain is the final situation of inflammation, a basis and continuous also say light inflammation bring the body to the pain, and obviously the pain in that sense it's a symptoms of inflammation. Fatigue, specifically in this season, but not only, we have regularly faced to fatigue in every day. And last but not least, a problem, I don't know, surely a situation that we have anchored every day is the aging that sometimes go too quickly in the direction of develop. And so that's a typical picture that we find every day and everyone, more or less, obviously, with a different size, but thanks also the capability and the understanding of each of us to deepen some aspect. First of all, it's really important understand and so understanding the title of the slides, understanding cellular aging. understanding and deepening cellular aging, and so the unit, as you know, the cell are the unit, the basis of our body, because of cells combine, create tissue organs, and organs, obviously, body. And so if you are the source, the deep source of our body and of our structure, we are immediately focused on the problem, yes, but the solution. And in fact, understanding how cellular aging is crucial for promoting, for suggest a new lifestyle approach based on healthy aging, but also to prevent the prevention, the prediction, that are two crucial words that we and I regularly use every day with my colleagues, with my patient. And so the prevention is really, really important. The prevention, age-related disease are crucial to understand. Um, uh, Only some words. Healthy aging is not just about lifespan, as I told you before, but also about maintaining a high quality of life. And so it's important, absolutely, put years in our life in terms of quantity approach, but today really it's crucial to give to this year quality. And so the quality of life in older age is important and crucial. And if you can understanding and yes, understanding and deepening with our pathway, the cellular aging, absolutely immediately we could help us to preserve physical and cognitive function. That the two main aspects that I want to point out to you today. And so prevention is the guarantee in terms of capability of our physical but also cognitive function of our body. That's the first important point. The second point, that it's not Giuseppe today that explained you, but are really, really several years of clinical studies, and all the most important groups, researcher group in the world, confirmed how today, strictly combined with aging, are telomeres. Telomeres, as you know, act as caps, protective caps, and at the end of our chromosome. And these organs are the first objective to safeguard DNA integrity, specifically during cell division. What's the specific problem that we face? Telomeres shorten with each cell division. This is a natural process and is fundamental as aspect of aging. When our telomeres are shorter, your stem cell age faster and can no longer, and it can't longer divide, with the final result of the fact that the body aging proceed faster. Today, fortunately, as I told you, scientists are, yes, from a side, are realizing how is important the telomere length, but how this length combines strictly with the impact of aging and longevity. First of all, we could absolutely confirm from studies that the telomere length is strongly associated with healthy aging, less stress. This is crucial because take in your mind less stress, because immediately in the next slide we deepening this aspect. Less stress on the body, and also obviously better health. another aspect that scientists confirm is that lengthening telomeres may rejuvenate cells. And so, if I have the good and perfect tools able to modify this process, I absolutely guarantee a support, a crucial support to our healthier aging. Another important aspect is and so that's okay. Conclusion of this small introduction. The conclusion is that, as you know, we have on the right, on the left side, a short telomeres, and so really in synthesis, the significance of this situation is I put in your view an aged cells, and so on the left side an aged cells. On the right side, we could observe how long telomeres could guarantee youthful healing. And so that's the conclusion of our view in terms of introduction in the presentation. But now we go through in the solution. We have a sort of protocol that is able to sustain in terms of healthy aging our aging process. First of all, I could immediately introduce you a product that you already know. It's a well-known product. The brand is Laminine. Laminine is really probably their unique patented technology able to stimulate, as I explained in a few minutes, FGF growth factors that are really the crucial elements able to stimulate stem cells and drive stem cells where they needed. It's a patented, it's a unique in the market, is a scientifically proven product that LifePharm offers to you and to me and to us in terms of regeneration protocols. I really appreciate and I love very much to use these terms, regeneration. But what is Laminine in deepening aspect? I really please let view to these slides because of Laminine. That's a foundation of our pipeline in LifePharm. It's a groundbreaking stem cell regeneration. This product contains a proprietary blend of biofactors. Egg from egg. It's absolutely egg biofactory growth factors. And today, the scientists and the scientific publication demonstrates and show how these kind of growth factors, how the stem cells support organs and support also the capability of our body to rejuvenation, stimulation at the DNA level our cells. But it's not the only ingredients that we have in our formulation of Laminine. In fact, there are also in ingredients starting from phytoproteins and marine proteins. Both these sources contains essential amino acids. As I want also to point out, as amino acids are the bricks of our protein, and protein are the basis of our tissue, specifically skeletal muscle tissue. And so, as you know, it's really an important ingredients, the proteins and the amino acids within. both from phyto and marine proteins. All these ingredients are important and fundamental in terms of sustain basis of cellular and body function in worldwide, in that case, in the whole activity of our body. Let's go to continue with this. That's important also because of we spoke about egg bioactive growth factors, but from a scientific point of view, it's more important to explain how one type of fibroblast growth factor are crucial for our activity of regeneration and in that case health body. First of all, FGF2 growth factor, and so not a general growth factor, but specifically these kind of factors play actors. And so why FGF2, why are so important FGF2 growth factor within the family of egg bioactive growth factor, because of these unique biofactors plays an important role in aiding in cell proliferation, support cellular function, and, as I told you, protect DNA by lengthening telomere. And so, as you know, there are crucial for all our regeneration well-being. As I told you, Laminine, yes, but also LifePharm regularly decide to proven his specific results with study. This is a real amazing study realized with the use of laminine. More specifically, on the right side, we have the results. The graph explain how taking 4 laminine caps daily for 90 days demonstrates and showed an increase in telomerase. What's telomerase? Telomerase is the enzyme able to, with his activity, able to lengthen telomeres. And so when I speak with about telomere, and I want to explain how an ingredient or a food or elements could modify and modulate telomere length, I immediately need to explain how these ingredients is able to modify telomerase production. And so, as you know, and as you can see, they combine with the combination of days of treatment and the capability of 4-laminine daily for 90 days are able to increase the telomerase activity. That's crucial also for our demonstration because of, as you know, each of our sentence, each of our claim, each of our declaration has to sustain with study, with proven scientific study. That's the confirmation of how I explained few minutes ago. Let's to continue. Okay, a short summary of what the benefits, the most important benefits that we could be obtained with the daily use of laminine. Really a sort of bullet point, but it's real useful for us to identify them immediately, focus on the indication and the proven activity that laminine is able to offer you. First of all, helps reverse signs of aging and the cellular level by lengthening telomeres. That's the previous demonstration. Second point, laminine supports your body stem cells to help the regeneration of each of our cells damaged and in what specific district of our body. First of all, skeletal muscle, for example, we could use and suggest laminine to alleviate sore or stiff joints. We have the possibility to propose laminine to maintain healthy blood sugar and cholesterol levels. Each of these sentences demonstrates by a clinical study. That's the reason why I really appreciate to synthesize this ending of my presentation. A third point, laminine support the integrity of the digestive lining and also blood vessels. And last but not least, laminine aid in promoting male fertility. And that's chapters. Another chapters is the strict connection with stress. I explain you how today everyone is under pressure and specifically under stress, oxidatives, yes, but only real stress, cortisol. That's the actors that within our blood guide and drive our stress. One of the most interesting scientific demonstration of laminine is his capability to assist in managing stress and anxiety thanks to the reduction of cortisol within blood. And so it's really strategic to propose this product and this protocol to modulate cortisol within our blood because of, as you know, that's the first and most efficacy approach to reduce cortisol. Another important aspect that laminine promotes, obviously, immune function as the capability to stimulate stem cells and drive these they needed. For example, if you have a depletion of immune system, that's another target. And also this metabolic approach, thanks to laminine and with the target of metabolic function, energy, and generally mood. I only to point out the final aspect. It's not so rare to found in patient the problem of sleep, the quality of sleep, and so not only the quantity, the quality of sleep, the REM phase. Today it's really important to manage this problem because of we have regularly the exposition of smartphone, 4G, 5G, and this situation could modify also the quality of our sleep. And so it's really important to have an help within laminine, help to give us a really capability to rebalance, put our sleep in a right quantity but also quality, and also clarity and mental focus. That's a boosting, it's a booster laminine for this specific district. Yes, that's only, I don't want to deepen in each of us, but I only to point out how today we are in data on file, internal data on file, really several testimonials that confirmed the both bio, in that case, physical and cognitive support of laminine in several situations. But obviously that's the testimonial that we could deepen also on our website. That's an important aspect, but I have already pointed out and underlined this point. I want to declare you that one of the reasons why I decide to stay in LifePharm and cooperate and collaborate with LifePharm is the fact that each of products that LifePharm proposed and produced and formulated are, first of all, demonstrates scientifically its specific efficacy. This is really summarize of the most important peer review publication and presentation during congresses of our products. And so, as you know, from a dermatology, from a predictive and preventive medicine and diabetes, orthopedic, muscular system, and also, last but not least, I would underline how laminin is in the PDR, the physician desk reference in US. On the right side, we could really take a look to the certification of the product production. And so on the left side, the scientific demonstration. On the right side, the certification in terms of good manufacturing practice, FDA approved, the gluten-free, the halal, the clean label, the proven quality, the no GMO used. And so that's another pillars of the reason why I think that today the pipeline of LifePharm could really have a completely different positioning and differentiation from other companies in not only nutraceutical market but also MLM nutraceutical market. Okay, how I recommend the use of laminin, the posology I suggest and we suggest in the first time users take 2 capsules of laminin twice daily with food and water, and that's for 1 month. In the second phase, the ongoing use, we could suggest, thanks to the sort of adjustment, and really you has to individual understand and show your feel about the use of the product, but we could adjust the posology from 1 to 4 capsules daily. We suggest to use the laminin in the morning and the evening with food and glass of water. And if you find the laminin makes you sleepy during the day, obviously consider taking it only at night. But sometimes you could use also laminin to sleep. And so, obviously, in that case, the suggestion is to use laminin the second part of the day in preparation of sleep. Okay, but it's not enough because of really is crucial understand, and that's the seed that I want to put today in your mind. It's really important laminin, but it's quite crucial and amazing also to thinking about the fact and the possibility to combine laminin with other LifePharm products. I would really put in our presentation the fact that LifePharm in the research and development phase already thought and in that case plan the possibility to use laminin in combination of our product because of there is a synergy. That's another key word, the synergy between different products and the synergy within the ingredient of each product. That's the real add value that all the pipeline propose and present you. Omega-3 plus, it's a perfect combination of omega fat acid 369 with also key 2 vitamins and coenzyme Q10. This product support heart, brain, and circulation health. Obviously, in that case, the combined use of laminin helps amplify those benefits, obviously. The Digestive 3 Plus, it's our product dedicated to the microbiota, the microbiome, the health of our gut. In that case, Digestive 3 Plus restores gut balance and supports optimal nutrients absorption. That's important because of sometimes we have problem in the with the based on the fact that there is a reduction of absorption, and so the capability of a product also with the combination of laminin to push the absorption from food and help your body to fully utilize and regenerate our food in terms of support of our cell is crucial. In that sense, newly, we could, thanks to Digestive 3 Plus, give to our body probiotics, prebiotics, support, but also digestive enzyme, all together able to guarantee our health gut system. Last but not least, Immune 3 Plus. Immune 3 Plus fortifies obviously our immune system, but in the case of we could decide to combine with laminin, all this activity and specifically with the target of white blood cells and T cells is in that case absolutely optimized in terms of strengthening of our body's defenses. That's a side. Another side is strictly connected with aging, but of the skin, of the hair, of the nails. Omnia is the product dedicated from inside out to this specific activity. Is a combination of growth factors, but also there is a bio ingredients able to sustain this combination of growth factors. But if you want to combine laminin, we obviously boost our regeneration protocol. Lamiderm is our serum. It's a topic, it's proven, it's a scientifically proven and patented product for healthcare aging protection. In that case, the product stimulates collagen, elastin, fibronectin, thanks to lysyl oxidase enzyme. But newly, if I combine with laminines, obviously I helps enhance this effect on the skin, also obviously in the nourishing, in that case, from within, in that case, from the inside out Omnia and from within Lamidam Apex. It's a topic approach. This product, Extreme Shape, is for me really useful because of as a nutritionist, I regularly work in the weight loss protocol, and that's our thermogenic products able to obviously favor a sort of fat faster burn. That's important to reduce the loss and size, but I only want to point out that Extreme Shape support also blood sugar, avoid the typical peak of this metabolic situation. But also Extreme Shape controls appetite, and also thanks to laminin, we could really give to our body the capability to face and energized and increase resilience of our body also during this kind of weight loss protocol. I really quite concluded my presentation. Till now, we have spoken about biochemical approach, but as you know, the biochemical approach today in LifePharm is strictly combined with a biophysical approach, and so not the nutraceutical but the electroceutical approach is crucial. First of all, to give to our body a complete support in terms of regeneration protocol. Uh, I really, in a few words, Deepening Cell Energy Wellness Device is a historical now device, really well known from everyone in LifePharm, but not only. This device is a strictly combination of red light, infrared, and terahertz technology. It's a device that activates healthy cells and stimulate cellular regeneration, and combined with the laminin, in that case, we could observe an amplification of these results and process by supporting internal repair. Sun Energy Power Cream is a cream that we suggest to insert in the protocol with the Sun Energy Wellness device. In that case, this cream delivers target relief for tension and discomfort. I would repeat inflammation. That's the target therapy of Cell Energy Power Cream. And so inflammation, pain, skeletal muscle disease, that's the target. And newly, the laminin combination helps to reinforce that relief regeneration. And the last, really, but not last but not least product, device, really presented a few weeks ago in Budapest, is Cell Energy Food Share device. This is the new product, it's the new technology, it's the new science, in that case, of food power recovery. That product meet meet the full, in that case, say the Cell Energy Food Change device as a revolutionary approach, thanks to the combination of, yes, sure terahertz, yes, sure infrared, but also cell wave bioactivation. That's the patented technology that only LifePharm has, and is specifically dedicated to stimulate nerves and neuromuscular pathways. And so the food changer device boosts circulation, activation of muscle, and support, as I told you, nervous system balance. Newly, if I combine laminin, obviously, in that case, all the activity, all the positive actions and efficacy that we observed with the Cell Energy Food Change deepens the regeneration in this case, and so boost all our, really, I repeat, regeneration LifePharm protocol. Okay, in that case, obviously from within. Yes, that's for me a pleasure because of, as I told you, it's important the peer-reviewed journal, scientific peer-reviewed journal. In the case I want, and I came back immediately to laminin because of it is today our central, actually, is our really subject of presentation. Laminin has been featured on the American Health Journal, Physician Desk References, I told you, Daily Mail, Jamaica Observer, as you know, and we could observe how it's important, the future on which this product appear and published. That's to finish and conclude my presentation.